Okay. Oh, I forgot how to do a video intro.
Hey everyone, this is OP Analysis, and I'm back here with my friend StrikkerZ, and we're rereading One Piece again after a few weeks.
Hey guys, we're back. We're ready to talk about the Louge Town, the Reverse Island, the Whiskey Peak, and last but not least, Little Island. So,
Little Garden, yes.
Little Garden. Whoops.
Yeah, I guess we might as well just kind of jump right back into it. The section we read started off with chapter 96, which is called "The Meanest Man in the East" by the Viz translations.
Who's it referring to?
Luffy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the chapter we get his bounty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I do recall about that. So
yeah, it's the very first chapter of Louge Town.
What is it? 30? What is it? 30 million? Nah, that's.
No, that's correct.
Damn. All right. I mean, dang. That's all right. Well, I guess he's been tearing up hell. So, yeah. So they get their bounty and they go around shopping for stuff. And
wait. Hold back. We got a few other things before that.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So they stop at Rogue Town first, which was where Goldie Roger, he's the famous pirate guy, the Pirate King, wasn't he? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and he died here. I guess he was executed by the world government. And
even more specifically, he both was born and died there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Symbolic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like, remember how I told you it's like the prologue, epilogue thing with Louge Town?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also called the Town of Beginnings and Ends.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just kind of fits in there even more.
Okay. So then Louge Town, I guess it's like a tourist area because there's a lot of shops, and so the crew, they split up and they go around shopping stuff. I think like Sanji goes to look for meat. I forgot what the rest of the crew does. I know maybe Usopp and Luffy run off and do something, and then Zoro goes into a sword shop where I guess the guy's trying to scam him for a bit, and then this girl walks in who I guess looks like Zoro's childhood friend. What's her name? Shiki? Yeah. So I guess they talk about swords, and then the sword salesman, I guess he decides to give Zoro the sword that he was the San Kitetsu?
San Kitetsu?
Yeah, the San Kitetsu, after Zoro tosses it, and it doesn't chop off his arm. Like, he tosses it up, the blade starts spinning. Sandai Kitetsu. And it goes right around his arm. It doesn't, like, slice it off. And so he gets that sword. And then I think he also gives him his family heirloom, the Yubishiri.
Yeah, it's not a family heirloom. It's just like the best sword in the shop.
Okay, all right. Then the most prized sword in the shop, and then I guess Zoro takes those, and I guess he goes on his way. And then Luffy, I guess he just decides to go over to where the execution stand is, and he's I guess he's just hanging out there, and then people start recognizing him. But then he gets attacked and by this woman, and then the woman's like, oh, you don't recognize me? I'm the most beautiful pirate woman in the world, or whatever. And it's Alvida, the girl that was Kobe's boss.
Were you surprised by that?
Yes, I was. I was like, what the hell? And then it said Alvida. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, what the H, my guy? You're good. And then I guess she, what do you call it? Says that Luffy has to fall in love with her or something. And then Buggy shows up too. So he's back. I kind of like Buggy, so I was happy to see him again. And they capture Luffy, and then they put him in the what is it? The scaffolding? Not scaffolding. The thing.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much a scaffolding. It's like the execution platform.
Yeah. They put him in there, and then the Marines. I guess his name is Captain Smoker, who's made of smoke, of course, and smokes. So he gets word that the pirates are doing something, and then like the Straw Hats also find out that something's going on. So they all start running towards the execution square, and so they start fighting their way through the pirates. I think Lion Tamer and Juggler Dude are back, which, I mean, cool, but I don't really think they do anything much. And they don't make it in time, basically. And so Buggy He brings his sword down, and then it looks like Luffy's about to get his head chopped off, and he smiles. And then a bolt of lightning, it shoots Buggy and it destroys the scaffolding, right? Like, yeah. And then,
And it
hmm?
leads to that really, like, do you remember the panel where everyone looks like they just saw something, like, like the panel where everyone's just shocked that Luffy survived, that lightning came down at the last possible second?
I think I remember that. What about
Yeah.
it?
Oh no, I just love that panel because of how everyone looks.
Okay.
It's just like it's weird to say. They look like they've just seen something they shouldn't have seen.
Okay. And then I guess since Luffy's made of rubber, like the lightning bolt didn't do anything to him. So
Yeah.
he gets down, and then I guess they what do you call it? They're like, oh my god, he's like Gold Roger, and then they start trying to escape because they're being hunted down by Buggy, Alvida, and I guess Smoker's there. And then
Mhm.
Tashigi, she shows up and she gets mad that like Zoro tricked her, but like I don't think Zoro said he wasn't a pirate. He just said he was a swordsman, right? If he even told her that much.
Mhm. Well,
So
he was deliberately not telling her something, but technically, no, he didn't trick her. He didn't lie to her, anyways.
right, and I mean, she didn't tell him that she was a Marine, so I mean, like she's gonna get mad at him for being a pirate, Can he get mad at her for being a Marine? So anyhow, they make it to their ship, and then they escape, and then Smoker, I guess he decides to abandon his post, and he's like, all right, guys, we gotta we gotta hunt down Luffy. So they chase him to the Grand Line. Now that's the that's the big thing, right? Where you have to go up the mountain, and then if you go on either side of it, there's a
Mhm.
combo, and you get stranded, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Uh, real quick, I will say, do you remember when Mihawk went to Shanks?
Yes. Shanks was sitting there drinking, and his crew is there drinking, and they're all like framed in shadow. And Mihawk walks up to him, and then I forget what happened after that.
Oh, well, he just told him like, "Hey, ran into someone who reminds me of a story you told me a while ago about some boy in like the East and everything."
Hmm.
And it's like Shanks now knows that Luffy's out there being a pirate, so it's like a party time now.
Okay.
And
Oh.
it's just yeah, it's just a nice little cool chapter, kind of like Mihawk is Shanks's goal, I mean, Mihawk
Okay.
is Zoro's goal, and to
Right.
surpass Shanks is like Luffy's goal, and those two people also know each other.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know how much you know about Shanks and Mihawk's relationship.
Actually, I guess zero. I mean, I know that Shanks uses the sword, but and I guess they're friends. But other than that, I don't
Mm-hmm.
really know much. So
Mm.
Shanks uses
You'll
the
find
sword,
out
yeah.
more over time.
Okay. So I guess we find out more about them in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
after they go on to the Grand Line, they go over to, or when they start trying to go to the Grand Line, they go up to the Reverse Mountain.
Oh,
Go.
hold on,
Mhm.
hold on. Almost some other stuff actually.
Okay.
What do you think about Smoker?
Actually, he had a cool design. He looked kind of cool. I think they fought him for like a set. Oh, I forgot the big moment. Okay. So I guess they fight him for a bit, and like he's made us. So this is what you and I forget what we called him. Van, I think is what we called him last
Yes,
time.
that is what we called him.
Yeah, we're talking about how like there was an opponent that like you couldn't cut or puncture because he was made of smoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they try fighting him, and then this guy shows up with tattoos, and he attacks Smoker, and then Smoker's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And it's Dragon, right? Like that's the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess they imply that Dragon was the one that saved Luffy. Now I do know a bit of things. Like I know the lightning fruit is not. I know that belongs to someone else. So I don't know if
Yeah.
he has like the storm fruit or like some other fruit. But yeah. So I guess
I'm
Dragon.
gonna let you know, we still don't know if this man has the devil fruit or not.
Okay. So for all we
Yeah.
know, he could have just. Well, he could have just done something weird. So yeah, so he
Mm-hmm.
shows up actually, and he interferes and makes it so that Luffy can escape. What do you call it? Past Smoker and all them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he just leaves after that. So, but yeah, that's the dragon. He's got the tattoos. He's kind of got a cool design, and he's got mysterious powers. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess, what do you think of Tashigi?
I hate to say this. She's a little annoying because she's also clumsy, right? Like, uh,
Uh-huh.
she's clumsy, she's naive, and like I don't know.
Mm.
Just those two things right there is like, oh come on, Zoro just got Luffy away from the thing, and now you're complaining to him like, oh, you're a pirate, you tricked me. He's like, lady, you didn't ask him. He just walked into a store and you two started talking. And I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
the clumsiness for me was just like, oh my goodness, okay, we're doing this. So, but I don't know, I tend to dislike clumsy characters, so that might just be a personal thing.
Hey, that's personally fine, and I mean you're pretty spot on for being naive, anyways.
Yeah. The question I do have is she going to show up very much in the story in the future? Because I feel like she's not. Like, I feel like she's just going to be, like, popping up very sporadically.
She is a reoccurring character.
Okay.
That is the best way I could put that. I won't say that she does it, like, the thing is, like, sometimes between characters, like, the last time we saw them and the next time we see them, there might be a few hundred chapters.
Right.
So I don't know if I can really say they show up consistently ever, really, but
Right.
she is one of the reoccurring characters in the show.
Okay. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It feels like she could be a rival character to Zoro, but I don't think she's going to really be a rival to Zoro. So,
I'd agree with you. She's not.
okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess she looks like Zoro's childhood friend. I guess that's impactful. I mean, like, other than that, I'm sorry, Tashigi. I don't, I don't really like her that much. So, Smoker was the better of the duo. So,
No, I like Smoker quite a bit. I think he had some nice scenes too, like that ice cream scene with the little girl who accidentally spilled it on him.
what happened? Did he buy her another one? Is that what he did, or?
Mm-hmm. He gave
Oh,
her
he
money.
did.
It was like, now try to get 6 scoops on it or something. And
Okay.
it was just a good contrast because I think up until this point we've kind of only seen, except for the one Marine like officer who tried to defeat Arlong but lost almost immediately. Outside of that one, we've seen like just bad Marines for the most part.
Wasn't that guy a bad guy too? Like, he was just less bad than the guy who was being bribed.
No, I don't. I don't think there was anything that indicated him as being bad.
Okay.
So
Okay.
at the very worst, I'd say he's probably neutral. But this
All right.
one specifically like went to like show that Smoker, although he is an antagonistic force, is not a bad person.
Right. And he's competent. He does his job. The only reason he didn't capture him is because mysterious dragon showed up. So he already gets points for that too. So yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So now they go to Reverse Island. So the way it was explained is that there's 4, I guess, entrances on each blue, right? Because there's like northwest, east, and south blues, right? So each one has an entrance that you go up, and it has one exit on the other side
Onto
of the
the
red
Grand
line.
Line.
Yeah, into the Grand
Yeah.
Line. And I do have a question here. So I know that the Grand Line is like the big thing, but did they go visit the other blues, like the north or the east or the west and the south? I know they came from the east.
No, they probably won't do so in the story. Like after Luffy becomes Pirate King, it's open to a bunch of different stuff. He could
Okay.
possibly go travel around the world with his crew for a bit, or he could just go through. Because I think he one time said he wanted to go through all the islands in the Grand Line, of which there are a lot of,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like, it's always something open to happen right now. Like after Luffy becomes Pirate King and basically the story ends, but it's not happening in the actual show. I mean, the
Okay.
actual like storyline.
Yeah. How I feel about that? I don't know. I feel like that might be kind of a bit of a waste not to do, because I mean, like, I already know like there's a whole lot of islands that I go visit to, but I mean, I also get the fact that like the Grand Line is set up as like once you start, you kind of it's go home or go big or go home basically with the Grand Line. There's no like pulling out and then going back in unless you're a Marine, which
Well,
Hmm?
I will say that whatchamacallit, essentially all these super unique islands are just in the Grand Line. The other blues are just kind of like the East Blue in terms of like the island layout. So there's not really so much adventure to have.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
yeah, if you want adventure, you go to the Grand Line.
So, all right, then I guess that's fair. I still think that it is kind of a ways to set up like the other three blues and not really touch on them. I know like there's a world government, and I guess there's like other like the government has representatives from all these different places, but I assume most of them are going to be from like the Grand Line, right?
Uh, that depends. Some of them, like for example, have you seen the cover stories?
Uh, yeah. So I saw Mushroom Man, or what's his name, Django. I guess he's going on a
Yeah.
journey. I don't really recall too much other than his eyes are heart
Okay.
shaped. I remember that, which that was
Yes.
disturbing. I think it was just it was funny because like at first I didn't realize why he looked so disturbing, and then I took a closer look. It was oh my god, his eyes are heart shaped, and I was like, oh, you would think that's not that crazy, but I don't know, it just looked kind of creepy. So
Did you see the one with Kobe and Helmeppo?
oh, where they were what do you call it? Where Helmeppo's dad he escaped, and what do you call that? You know, Kobe and Helmeppo, they swam back into the boat. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, like the vice admiral they're with, he's from the East Blue. Kobe and Helmeppo obviously from the East Blue. And then you're gonna have like other Marines that may have come from different blues, but we don't fully know. On the other hand, there are a lot of pirates that come from different blues. Like I believe Shanks was born, I think, either in the West or the South Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, and never mind. That one's a spoiler. But like,
Oh, okay.
essentially, like you're gonna have characters from other blues, and you're actually gonna get like some like history. Like you do get a little bit of history on the North Blue, I believe.
Hmm.
So there is some stuff that goes along with those. It's just that they're not really the main focus of the story per se. Like all the power in the world is kind of concentrated in the Grand Line. That's where the strongest people are, essentially.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. All right, then. So anyway, so they go up the mountain, and then they go down like the one exit, and there's this old man, and there's this whale, and I guess they get swallowed. I guess they do a whole Jonah and the whale thing where they get swallowed by the whale, and they're inside, and there's the old man, and then there's these two schmucks who are, I guess, running amok inside. There's this like this lady, and there's this like dude, and they're like called oh my god, what was their names? It was like Miss
Mr.
Nine, and then
Nine and Miss Wednesday.
Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember if they have any devil fruit powers. They honestly didn't seem that
Nope.
impressive. They just kind of got like beaten up a bunch inside the whale or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess after that they what do you call it? They got out, and then who was the old man they talked to? Crocodile? No, 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 no. That's someone else. That's someone else.
Crocus.
Crocus. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I'm not supposed to
I
know
will
who
say,
Crocodile.
what did you think of Crocus's gag in the beginning?
What? Where he jumped in the water and he started. What was his gag? He like.
No, it was like when they, when like they would ask him a question and he'd intensely stare at them or something, or it implies that he's gonna do something, but it's just the opposite. Like he's not very intimidating. Like
Oh,
what he's saying isn't intimidating, but he's being intimidating.
okay. So he's like an intense person. Yeah. Uh, it's. I guess it is what it is. So yeah. Um. And then he did point them to an escape route, I guess. So that was nice of him.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So let's see. The two Jokers. I guess one of them has like a gun or something, and then I guess Luffy just beats them up, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. He just kind of hits them on the head.
Okay. And so let's see. They I guess they get like tied up, and then they start talking about the not baboon, laboon.
Yes.
Is the whale. So they talk about
Hmm.
Laboon, and so basically, I guess Laboon was traveling alongside this group of pirates that I don't think we know. Um, so they're traveling with the pirates, and I guess he goes up the mountain with them, right? Like that's what happened. Like he was small and he went up the
Hmm.
mountain. Right. So he's small. He goes up the mountain, and he goes down with them, and then they leave him there because the Grand Line is dangerous. They go out and they do their journey. And then Crocus says that after they went on the journey, they got like shattered, and they got their spirits broken. Like the whole Broken Man speech that we got back on the what was the guy that was stuck in the treasure chest? Like he talked about like all the broken pirates.
Daimon?
Yeah, that guy, Gaimon's broken pirate speech. So, I guess this pirate crew that had brought Laboon with them, they were defeated, their souls were crushed, and then they left, but they didn't go back for Laboon. And Crocus is like, oh,
Yeah.
it's cruel. And I guess what was it, like 50 years passed since that happened, and Laboon is still here, and he's like smashing against the giant red line. He's smashing
Yeah.
himself against the red line. He's like covered in scars, trying to, I guess, go back to what do you call it? Go back to where the crew was, where they started
Yeah.
from. Which it's really kind of sad, actually. I guess I do have a question. So would Laboon have been able to go over to? Let's see, if they're on that side of the Grand Line, I don't know, like the West Blue. Would he have been able to swim through the Calm Belt to West Blue and then gone up the? Oh no, there's only one exit. It keeps only going down on the Grand Line. So
Yeah, pretty much.
wait, so you just screwed then? Like you can't like once you because okay, there's the Calm Belt, and let's say you are like Laboon.
Well, I mean, if you can get through the Calm Belt, you're technically okay to leave.
Okay, so you can.
Yeah, that's just what's difficult is getting through the Calm Belt. Because, like, I don't know if you like got this, but the Sea Kings in there are way bigger than like the one Luffy knocked out.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
then,
like they are massively orders. They're like several orders of magnitude larger.
oh, okay. So that's the big deal is that not only are you stuck in the Calm Belt while you're sitting helpless, the Sea Kings are going to just devour you whole. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't even be a big deal because you could just get paddles and like go through.
okay.
But it's just the Sea Kings. It's a breeding nest for them essentially.
Right. Okay. So then after that, I guess Luffy stabs the Laboon, and then he beats up Laboon and
Yeah.
says that he's going to take over for the old pirates that ran away. And Luffy paints his flag
A
on
terrible version of it.
a terrible what?
A terrible version of it.
Hang on, actually, that does sound kind of messed up.
You basically give Laboon a really bad tattoo.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like it's hideous, whatever. But Laboon's all happy, and I guess they're about to leave, and the compass, Nami's compass doesn't work, and then they say that you need a log pose, which I guess it's like a compass that works on the islands where it's like, okay, you go to this island, and then after that you go to this island, and like it's a compass that points you to each island in a row. Because I guess you're on the Grand Line, and each island is kind of like in order, I guess, and then you need to like reset it or something, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
it essentially just records the magnetism of an island and then points you to the next island according to that magnetism, essentially.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Meanwhile, there's two other Jokers. I think they what did they do? They escaped or something, and then I guess they got captured again, and they're like, hey, why don't we go to Cactus Island? I mean, Whiskey Peak, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So they they go to Whiskey Peak with the Miss Wednesday and Mr. Nine. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the reverse mountain arc. So um,
Real quick, I will point out, well, I thought it was also funny. Did you see how Luffy just casually just broke the mast off the ship?
yeah, I was gonna say, like, doesn't he need that to like go on the Grand Line? Like, hey,
Yeah, he's just breaking. That's the second time they've broken. Like, when they hit Laboon, he
Mhm.
broke the ship already, and he's already breaking it again.
Oh wow, all right.
And he actually punched Laboon in the eye too because he accidentally broke the ship.
So the Going Merry's already been through hell, and it's only like what the fifth arc since it was made. So um, yeah. Anyhow, so
Oh, that was the last thing. Do you remember what Crocus said at the end?
something about Luffy and Gold Roger. I mean, like I get the ideas that like Luffy is like the reincarnation of like Gold Roger. He said like Luffy
I
is
will say I wouldn't use the word reincarnation.
inheritor of the dream. There you go. Like
Yeah,
he's
you could that's more accurate. But it's more so that Crocus was specifically talking to Roger though. Not that Roger was there, but like what he was saying was aimed at Roger.
oh, so Crocus knows Roger then
Yeah,
probably. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Wait, is Crocus Silver Raleigh? Nah.
No,
Okay.
no, those are two different people.
Okay, all right, never mind, never mind. So Crocus just happens to know Gold Roger, and Silver Raleigh, someone else. Never mind, never mind. Was Crocus on Gold Roger's
I
crew?
would say, Rayleigh.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
Rayleigh, not Raleigh. Okay, yeah. So anyhow, yeah. So they leave the Reverse Mountain and they go to Whiskey Peak, aka Cactus Island. So
yeah, you can call it that if you want.
okay, I'm just gonna call it Cactus Island. So they get to Cactus Island, and it's covered in these cactuses, what we think are
Mhm.
cactuses. I think they're even green too. So the winds are messing around. It's kind of unstable, and then they get there. I guess Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday they just book it. They just like abandon ship, and
Pretty
so
much.
yeah, they just get the hell out of there. So I mean, the heck out of there. So then the crew they go to the island, and I guess the island is like another tourist thing. So they have like a giant party. They're all flirting, drinking, and eating, and like there's girls, there's food, and then I guess it's like Baroque work. So everyone else like passes out except for like Zoro and I think Nami, and like I guess they're about to be attacked, and then like Zoro he starts what do you call that? He starts fighting them, and it turns out the entire town is like a bounty hunter town, like the whole thing. So they start attacking
Mhm.
Zoro, and he's like a superhuman. So basically, he just he beats all of them up. So then this new one, this Miss
Oh,
Monday and Mister. Mhm.
actually, I would like to point out one thing.
Yeah.
He did not cut the nun and the child.
Okay. So he's
Yeah,
got his.
yeah, it's just the whole Zoro sexist agenda I'm pushing.
Okay.
But like, he did not cut them, and he doesn't cut Miss Monday either. But he cut everyone else, no problem. Just saying.
Okay. I don't know. That one I feel like is less. What do you call that? That one's like a little more gray because like it's women and children. I assume that was the child's mom too. But I guess
Maybe, maybe
maybe,
not.
maybe not. Good point. This whole island is a bounty hunter island. So honestly, I think like Tashigi's existence is more evidence of like Zoro. Like the fact that Tashigi even exists in the story compared to Zoro is like evidence of Zoro. More evidence of Zoro's sexism. And if like Tashigi doesn't get any better and like continues to just be this klutz jobber type loser type thing compared to Zoro, we'll get into that if it comes up again. Which, like you said, in a couple hundred chapters, she'll be back. So yeah. So I guess Miss Monday has hypnotits, right? Like that's
uh,
oh no, that's
that's
the
Miss
other girl.
Wednesday.
Miss Wednesday. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so Miss Wednesday I guess has hypnotits. I don't know if that came up before when they were at Laboon and I forgot and I just remembered here, but I
Mm,
that's
I don't think it came up before. I'm pretty sure it didn't, and it mainly comes from her shirt and
still
perfume she uses.
still hypnotits, which okay. I think she tries
Yes.
to use them on Zoro and it doesn't work or something. I don't know. I just remember
Uh,
he
no, it does work, but her duck goes the wrong direction, so she just falls off a building.
okay, all right. So yeah. So then I'm pretty sure like so Miss Monday then is the big burly one, right? Like she's the bigger one. And then I don't know, what was Mr. A? He was the guy with the hair, like the
Yeah,
okay. And then
with
hang
the
on,
hair
Miss
guns.
Hair Guns. And then Mr. Nine was Mr. Nine Miss Wednesday's partner?
Yeah, he was the one with the acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Okay. I don't think I remember him, but I think he's not very important. So yeah.
You're
So anyhow,
correct.
Zoro just he beats up all of them. I think. What is he like? He like palm straight. I don't know. He did something weird to like Miss Monday. He didn't like punch her. He like shoved her on the head or something.
Uh, he basically just gripped her, and his gripping strength was strong enough to really injure her.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
she's basically out of the fight, and then let's see. So Mr. Nine attacks. I guess it doesn't work. Oh yeah. So it doesn't work. Then what do you call that? I don't know. Mr. Five and Miss Valentine too. Mr. Five, I think, is the cool one, right? Where he has the exploding power.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He shows up, and I guess he uses his boogers, which okay. Hey, I guess if it works, it works.
Yeah.
So at this point,
Zoro has to cut it.
yeah, yeah. So at this point, I mean, like it's an all-out brawl. We got like what, 6 of these Jokers? We got 5, 8, 9, and then we got Wednesday, Monday, and Valentine's Day. So, I mean, are we gonna have freaking Christmas here in a second too? So, anyhow, so it turns out that 8 and Wednesday are royals from the Alabaster Kingdom, and like I guess they want to be helped. So I guess now they're supposed to they're going to be like, oh hey, Nami, if you help us out, get back to Alabaster, we'll pay you like, what is it, 1 2 3 4, a billion, right?
I think it was 1 billion or 2.
Okay, yeah, like a billion berries, which I'm trying to do the conversion in my head. I'm assuming berries are probably close to yen or something, but still that's a lot of.
Yeah, so I think that would be about like 10 mil.
Yeah, so 10 million to get them back safely, which my theory is, or my hypothesis right now is that Alabaster Kingdom is really poor and doesn't even have a single berry to its name because this whole Baroque works nonsense. So, when they get there and then like, oh yeah, we got you home safe, and then she's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have to get rid of all the Baroque works to get your money first, and Nama's gonna be pissed. So that's my hypothesis. So yeah. So like yeah, there's the Civil War, there's rebellion. The whole thing is just falling apart because of Baroque works. And then I guess Luffy and Zoro start fighting because Luffy thinks that Zoro beat up all the townspeople that gave them food, and he's pissed, right? Yeah, and then so Luffy's, I guess, walking around like a balloon, and I guess he's fighting Zoro, and I guess the other guys are trying to fight Zoro and Luffy, but they are like punching them, just like telling them to like not butt into their fights. So they're like fighting each other while fighting all the other ones. Meanwhile, there's like a koala that's like watching them, I guess. Yeah. So yeah. Anyhow, after that whole nonsense, I think they pretty much beat everyone, and then they quickly run to the Going Merry, and then they meet someone who looks very familiar. I know we aren't supposed to know her name yet, but her name is her actual name. I know we're not supposed to know her actual name yet, but it's Miss All Sunday, and that's Nico Robin, right? Like,
Yeah, that is Nico Robin.
okay, so that was a big twist to me. I was like, oh wait, what? Okay, I guess she worked for Baroque Works, and yeah. So I guess she also gives them what is it, like a super log pose or like a special log pose, eternal pose. That's
Oh yeah, eternal log pose.
yeah. So she gives them an eternal log pose and tells them, hey, you can go on to the next island. I'm not gonna stop you guys. I'm pretty sure the koala, I guess he was spying on everyone, so like he already got all the information they needed, and then yeah, she just sends them on their way, right? No, wait. Luffy did something stupid too. What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? He did something dumb. He smashed it.
Yes.
Did
yeah. 1 second.
Oh, did Craig ditch?
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay. So yeah, after he breaks the gift from Miss All Sunday, they head out to Little Garland. I mean, Little Garden. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
you can go first.
Okay. So I was gonna say, so the Baroque Works looks like they're the next big enemy, and it's like it ties into the Alabaster Kingdom. I guess All Sunday's like Mr. Zero's. I already know who Mr. Zero is. It's Crocodile. He's. I guess he's like a really popular character because he's kind of famous. So yeah, he's the head honcho. I guess Nico Robin. I guess he's his second in command. There's like 6 agents. I'm pretty sure that well, not anymore because like 2 of them are spies. And then yeah, Mr. Gunhair. I think Mr. Gunhair died. I think they like brutally killed him, right?
Kind of in an explosion.
Okay. Yeah. I think there was like a decoy or something and they killed him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. The reason it was called Cactus Island is because those hills had tombstones on them, covered in tombstones. So those weren't really cactus.
No.
When I first saw that, I was like, oh my, I really thought like, okay, wow, this is some serious stuff. And then Zoro just mows through them, and then Zoro and Luffy are fighting each other, and they're just beating back Mr. Explosive Boogers.
Yeah, that's like that's like the thing. I feel like a lot of people assume that enemies in the Grand Line are automatically stronger than those in the East Blue, right?
Yeah.
But for example, I'd say that uh I'd honestly say Buggy could probably beat Mr. Five. Don Creek could probably beat Miss Valentine. You know, like uh even though like Mr. Five and Miss Valentine are from the Grand Line and are more notable in the Grand Line, like I think their actual bounties are both lower than 15 mil.
Okay. Well, I mean, like they're underlings. I mean, like Buggy's he's his own man, so
Yeah, but like nonetheless, it's just like Luffy's and the gang. They're still like plenty strong, even for like the beginning of the Grand Line standards.
yeah. So
So yeah.
yeah. So then the little garden arc. So they're going through. They make it to this island where it's like prehistoric and stuff. There's like dinosaurs. There's like
Mhm.
ancient like plant life, and I guess like I forgot what they said, but basically like the island didn't age or whatever, so it's like been changed to it hasn't changed. So I guess Sanji goes off to hunt down dinosaur meat. I think it was either dinosaur meat or like tiger meat or something, and they encounter these two giants, like a big one and a big. Well, they're both big, but like a tall one and a stockier one, and
Yeah.
I guess Usopp he suddenly has a moment of inspiration where he's like, oh wow, the giants fighting, they're so cool or whatever, and then
Yeah.
while that's happening, all of a sudden, one of the giants I guess drinks a barrel of something that blows up in his face, which I mean, at first I thought that like Boogerman, what did you call him? Five, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Five. At first I thought like Five launched an attack on him, but they're like, no, 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 no. The wine was poisoned. I mean, at the end we found out the I'm pretty sure Five was the one that messed with the stuff. So, but yeah. So he I
Yeah.
think thinks that the stocky giant poisoned the wine to I guess get an unfair advantage. So they want to kill each other, and then it's these new two people show up. I think it's Three and Golden Week, and I believe Golden Week is a holiday in Japan, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess you could be named after a holiday or just a weekday. So yeah, so Three, I guess he's the candle man, the candlestick man, or the candlewick man. I don't know, but yeah, so he's like got wax powers. Uh, so yeah, and then the little girl, I don't remember what she does. What does Golden Week do?
Uh, Golden Week. She's just a very artistic person. Her paintings are just so good that she can hypnotize you. That's the best way of putting that.
Really? Okay. Did she
Mhm.
do anything? Because I don't remember. Oh, okay. All I remember next is basically Waxman starts doing this like giant cake thing where he like sends wax up in the air, and like Zoro, Nami, Sanji, and Vivi maybe even they get stuck in place and they get turned into like the candle figures, right? And then
Mhm.
Waxman has to start fighting Luffy. What was Explosion? Who was Explosion Man fighting? Was he not fighting? Let's see. I think I don't know. Yeah. So, long story short, like Luffy's trying to basically defeat Waxman before everyone gets turned into wax, and what do you call it? Zoro I think was about to cut off his own leg, which all right, that's kind of hardcore. Yeah. And then I guess yeah, Mr. Three does his like wax transformation, one winged angel type thing, and uh they what do you call that? He just beats him up. And then
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know what Five does. Five is Boogerman, so I guess he gets beaten too. Honestly, like yeah, I mean like the biggest thing for me was like Waxman almost like defeated like three of the Straw Hats, and like Luffy was on a time clock, and then Zoro was really about to what do you call that, cut off his leg, and then I think Sanji answered the phone in Waxman's little cube house, and I think that's when Crocodile
Mhm.
answered, and Sanji pretended to be I guess Waxman, and then like Crocodile was getting pissed and basically said like, yeah, we need to kill Waxman, he's gone AWOL or something like that. And then I think after that, like, what was it? Smoker overheard, I guess, Sanji talking to Crocodile. So now he thinks the Straw Hats work for Baroque Works now, right?
No, he thinks the Straw Hats are dead.
Oh, he thinks they're dead. Okay, never mind. So yeah. So basically, oh god, okay. So Three is defeated. Five is defeated again. Oh God, Monday is defeated again. Golden Week is defeated again, and then Vivi and the Duck are on the Straw Hats crew.
Yeah.
Okay,
Valentine 5. Yeah. Okay.
Valentine
Yeah,
5.
pretty much.
Okay. So,
What did you think of the Giants though?
okay. So okay. I also have to admit, I'm not that big of a fan of the whole true man, manly man shtick, where like because it's like I would almost say it's like toxic masculinity to a point where they're like, yeah, we can't back down because of our masculine pride. We're warriors, which I guess they were fighting over whose fish was bigger, or whose catch was bigger. It wasn't fish; it was like a dinosaur, right? Like some little girl told
Mhm.
him, "Oh, whose is bigger?" And they're like, "All right, we're gonna fight over that." Um, but I mean, I guess like they weren't like pissed about it. I guess it was more fun for them than if anything else. So, I
Yeah.
can understand that them fighting for fun. So,
I
but I
will
do think,
say, Oda has made it clear in like I think in SBS that when he refers to manliness, he's not referring to something that only men have or something. That's
right?
just the word he uses to describe it.
Yeah, no, I don't mean that masculinity is only limited to men, but it's that
Yeah.
same mindset
Yeah.
where you got to double down, double down, double down, no matter how minor the conflict is. Because they spent like 50 years fighting over the size of two dinosaurs, and I'm pretty sure like the dinosaurs are skeletons now. So it's like, is it really worth spending 50 years fighting over this? I mean, I personally,
Mm.
I guess we're gonna find. Mhm.
Oh, I mean, it's just kind of like an honor thing.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of honor stuff like that because, like, in my opinion, it's like couldn't you spend the 50 years doing like other stuff? I don't know. Maybe to them, fighting is actually the most fun thing. So if that's the case, I
Hmm.
understand why they would keep fighting. Like that's fine. But like, just I guess in concept, doing that is like, well, spent 50 years on this island, and I'm pretty sure the rest of their crew just left them behind too, right? So it's like they
Pretty
left them to
much, yeah.
yeah. So at that point, it's like, is it really worth the isolation for 50 years? Who knows? I assume we'll meet more giants just because, there's another character, Big Mom, who's I guess a giant. We'll cover her in like I don't know 1,000 chapters when we meet her. So,
I will say Big Mom is actually a human.
I, I, huh? Is
Yeah.
okay. All right. I'll all right. Thank you. All right, hang on. I shouldn't know about this yet, but I do know what happened to the nun that raised Big Mom. And if Big Mom's a normal
Oh,
human and she did that,
yeah, no. I'll say it like this:
mhm.
humans range in terms of height. Like, have you seen Whitebeard? That dude's a
Yes,
human too.
really,
And yeah, like Luffy comes up to his kneecaps.
I know that because
I
like I
think
know the
he's around
admiral
22 meters tall.
22. Hang on, wait. He's 22 meters tall.
Yeah, I think maybe around 22 meters tall. I think giants are typically like 60 meters tall.
All right, hang on, 22 meters, not 22 feet, right? I know this is Japan, so these metric systems.
Yeah.
That's 60 feet tall. It's bigger
Well,
than a
real
house.
quick, I'll make
Yeah.
sure, just to be clear, Whitebeard height.
I mean, I believe it. The guy's massive.
Oh,
I think he's
I'm bad. It is actually about 22 feet.
okay. All right. Okay, that's a little
Okay,
bit better.
he's 22 feet tall. He's 666 centimeters.
666 centimeters.
Yup.
Personally, I wonder what he was going for with that because I don't think that Whitebeard has very much I don't know satanic symbolism around him, but whatever.
No, he does not.
Okay, I guess that's just a coincidence then. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, Whitebeard's one of the tall boys.
okay, and then since we're on the topic of tall boys, Kaido is he actually that? Is he? He's not a giant either. I'm guessing, right?
To our knowledge, no. I can't say for sure that he's human,
Okay.
but he also is definitely not a giant. He is 710 centimeters.
All right, so he's just a little bit bigger than Whitebeard. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. But basically, the big takeaways from this arc: Zoro being one of the coolest characters again. I can't believe he's willing to like saw off his own leg to just jump back into the fight like that.
Hmm.
Um, don't bring little children to the battlefield, even if their paintings can hypnotize you, because I don't really think she did anything of consequence in that fight. And don't fuck with the Wax Man. Yeah, he again, he nearly took out the crew, which is mhm.
He did. Using those tricks. It is interesting. He did lose though. Like
Yeah,
ultimately, fighting wise, he was no match for Luffy.
yeah, of course. But yeah, no, him doing the tricks, again, like I just find that impressive that he how did it happen? He like did a wax spurt and then and they were standing on the wax and he turned it into a giant cake. But anyhow, the point is like that is what do you call it? That's cool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I will
And
say there's like a few other things.
Mhm.
Basically, one of the ways in which you can kind of look at like an honorable fight
Yeah.
is like between the giants in terms of like Bragi knew that Dory was injured, but
Mm,
he didn't want to disrespect him by going easy on him.
right.
You know, so like going easy on your opponent could be seen as dishonorable, especially when they're putting their foot forward and everything.
Right.
I'd still say Dory was wrong for trying to fight like that, but I can respect it, I guess. I mean, hey. On the other hand, there was this like cool scene with like Luffy
Hmm.
where he basically said like if your god tells you to die, you're just gonna do it and everything.
Hmm.
And I kind of love that scene because like up until that point, Luffy was like completely like yo, these guys are dope, right?
Right.
Like this is a super manly fight or whatever. It's cool and everything. But it's like when it comes to this and the guy's like, it's basically what my god says, like I have to do this and stuff like this. That's where like Luffy is like disagreeing. And he's essentially like, no, that you can't be doing that, you know?
Right.
Uh yeah. And so it kind of like just is the first kind of inkling, I guess, we get of like Luffy's sort of, I'm not gonna say disrespect, but disregard for the idea of like a god.
And for authority in general, I guess, or
Yeah,
just
I mean, I'd say probably authority. He is definitely against authority in general. You should never tell him what to do.
mm, right. So yeah. So after this arc is the Drum Island arc. I haven't finished that one yet. So what do we have in store next? Drum Island.
We're gonna be going from 130 to 156. That's gonna go through Drum Island and then just a little bit into Alabasta before stuff gets really started. I kind of want Alabasta to be its own thing.
Okay.
So, next time we do this, it's probably going to be fairly short. Because,
Okay.
like, Drum's not too long of an arc. It's like 20 some chapters, but.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much done with that. I mean, we get to the point where what was it? Quack Doctor. I guess he gets kidnapped by Wapple's men, and Wapple. I don't like that guy. But yeah, we'll talk about that next time. So. Um,
Yeah. Oh. What did you think of, like, one other thing is, like, Zoro is really funny this arc, in my opinion.
uh, let's see. I actually don't remember a lot of the comedy that Zoro had.
Uh, well, it was like, like, you remember when Luffy came in and he was like, oh, well, I got halfway through, but I guess we're done, and he just took a pose? Instead, and he was like, "Well, if I'm gonna die, I should take a pose." And then when they were almost dead, and he was like, "Yeah, now you guys probably regret the fact that you did a pose."
All right, that was a good moment. That was a good moment. So
Yeah, and then I guess Vivi, I think she's gotten to know the crew a little bit more. Like she kind of like was talking about like how they seem so like they have so much confidence in Luffy being able to beat Mr. Three that they're no longer worrying about their imminent death
right.
and
So
stuff like that. And I don't know, it seems like this arc kind of exposed her to how laid back the crew is. And that feeling of relaxation doesn't come from them being incompetent or like not knowing what they're getting into, but it comes from them having faith in one another.
right. And I guess because she's been
Yeah.
in the Baroque works, they're not at all calm or relaxed or anything. They're constantly on edge about being killed by one another. Like Mr. Three got Mr. Three has a target on his back because Sanji answered the phone, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Bojaman has a target on his back for losing to Zoro and Co. So
Mr. Five, I don't. Mr. Five won't be around for the rest of the arc. I'll say that. Neither will Miss Valentine.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So
Yeah,
we have
they're done now.
they're done. All right. So we
Yeah.
have Boogerman, Valentine, Waxman, Little Girl, and then Hypno Tits in the duck, and then I guess the Royal Guard man. He blew up with the ship. So yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and of course Nico Robin. So I can't wait to see what else Baroque Works has in store for us. So
Yeah. No. Uh. Okay. I think we pretty much went through everything.
all right
Oh
then.
wait, there was the ending of Little Garden where they went through the giant fish.
Shoot. What happened with that? Just jog my memory again.
Essentially, the giants told them just to continue going straight, and this giant, fish popped up. And like it's like some kind of I forget. It's like some kind of continental-sized fish. And the thing was, it actually, it basically is the story that Usopp told, Kaya back in the day, where it was like, oh, I saw a giant goldfish whose poop was the size of continents, and they even talk about how they could mistake its poop for continents, essentially.
Okay.
So it's just basically like the Usopp's fables are kind of coming to life. Also, I don't know what translation you have, but Elbath is, I think, officially supposed to be spelled like Elbaf, which is fable backwards.
Elbath?
Yeah. Yeah, and then also they use this technique that we are actually going to see later on in the series, called Hakoku Sovereignty. Or we're going to see a version of it, I should say, at the very least. In which
Koku's.
they kind of just, it's kind of something I guess most people don't really look back on and see as a powerful moment, but at this point of the series, this is the greatest showing of strength we've ever seen.
That's
As a
not.
completely, huh?
I said that's not Conqueror's hockey, is it? Or
Not to our knowledge, no.
okay, okay.
But is they just completely blow through this giant fish and blow and make a hole several times larger than the Going Merry, and that like whole thing just goes for a little bit down the ocean too.
Hmm.
So like, essentially, it's just a really powerful attack.
Okay. So yeah.
But yeah, I think that is fully it. Wait, did you read chapter 129? Or it's just Nami getting sick
Yeah,
and
so
Mister
she got
Two?
sick because she got a mosquito bite because she was wearing a tube top on a prehistoric island, which all
Yeah.
right, realism for a second. But yeah. And then what happened to Mr. Two?
Mr. Two is just being like, he's being brought in, but he's like shadowed. We don't see his face or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like setting up for the next arcs. Yeah, arcs.
Yeah.
But yeah. Overall, what did you think?
Not bad, not bad. Like I think out of the arcs, I don't know. I feel like the Rogue Tone arc just had like the best moments, I guess, just because like Luffy escapes the execution, and then also he gets his bounty. Dragon shows up, and then Smoker's like, "We got to go after them on the Grand Line." I guess it's a little more hype. And then if you include Mihawk and Shanks meeting, there's a lot of hype moments in the what do you call that, the Rogue Town arc, even if it is a little smaller. I think
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey Peak, like I will say, like the moment where the cactuses are revealed to be gravestones was like, oh my goodness, like that was like a hype moment, but I feel like it wasn't followed through because I don't know. When I look back on it, I was like, okay, obviously all these guys are fodder, of course, but I would have thought that the town was a
Yeah.
little more dangerous if they pulled that off. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I would say like it was all right. I mean, like Luffy and Zoro kind of beat up the members of Baroque Works while like giving half their focus because they were fighting each other because of the misunderstanding. Not a very good
Yeah.
showing for Baroque Works.
No.
Reverse Mountain, yeah, Reverse Mountain also not a very good showing for Baroque Works. Like two Jokers and then Laboon. I guess that was more of an arc, just talking about how the Grand Line works and like just another reminder that pirates get their souls crushed at the Grand Line. This is a big deal. Um, and then as for the Little Garden arc, that was I think the best showing we've had for Baroque Works so far. So yeah, I would say if I were to rank them, I think probably Rogue Town, Little Garden, Whiskey Peak, then Reverse Mountain. So
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds pretty good. Okay, well then, next time we come back, it's gonna be chapters 130 through 156,
30 through 1.
and maybe that will be next Saturday. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, well, I guess I will be talking to you later.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Okay, bye.